deal. But when you've been on a team, when you've ingrained yourself into a community, as many of these guys, Chris Long and different guys on that team have already done, it's a tough move, and you want to be happy and you want to be excited because your team is, getting a fresh start somewhere. But there are still the ties to that community that you'll always have, and it's almost like being traded or cut from a team you've played for and given your all to.
And you probably got to deal with some distraction. The families may not be so happy, but hey, it's LA on another.
Well, it's LA. I mean, there's higher taxes and smog and stuff, but I'm sure.
But then it's LA. I mean, it's LA. It's nice.
Right. And you get over it.
Well, defensive coordinator for the Rams, Greg Williams, reminded me that he and Jeff Fisher were both part of that team that went from Houston to Tennessee in 1997. Having been through that process, does that help the scenario?
Well, I guess defense really does travel well. Greg is part of it. I think it does, though. To have a head coach who has been through it, a defense coordinator who have been through it, you can tell your players what to expect. You can tell them the things you need to get in line to make the move, but you can also tell them some of the positives and help them understand that it doesn't have to be doom and gloom. There can be greener pastures for you, but it's still a tough deal because just two guys in an organization that's going to have to move hundreds of people as far as staff and workers, or maybe fire people and let people go as new people come in, it's going to be a total adjustment for everyone. So even having those two guys is still going to be a tough deal.
It sounds like they're dealing with a lot, not knowing how many people are affected inside that franchise. I want to ask you now about your former team, the Steelers. All right, obviously they're waiting. Antonio Brown going through the concussion protocol, D'Angelo Williams. How big an impact is that if those guys can't go this weekend?
You think Pac-Man Jones is paying attention to Antonio Brown in the concussion protocol? Chris Harris Jr. is really paying attention to it. This guy hadn't given up a touchdown in almost 2 years. Antonio Brown goes for almost 190 yards and 2 touchdowns on him. He was a thorn in the side of Denver Broncos defense all night. So if you don't have a Ben Roethlisberger or an Antonio Brown, I think it's extremely.
You don't think we're going to have Ben?
If you don't have, well, first of all, Ben always does that. No, I said if you don't.
Got it.
If you don't. I didn't say they